Hello everyone, Mayor Jordan here, and welcome back to San Jorge, where we have a mess of a city, but it's our city and we love it dearly, you know? We have $52 million, which is kind of insane. I do not remember that from last time, but here we are. So I played a little bit yesterday, just in my own time, doing a little bit of testing and things like that. By the way, this whole highway thing I started doing, I've had mixed success with it, so I'm still curious to see how this does, but mostly it seems to maintain the traffic pretty well as long as I have enough places for them to go. But honestly, they're so bad, I don't know why, at utilizing a roundabout. I've actually found the intersections to somewhat be faster, and I'm not entirely sure as to why, and it feels really dumb that that is a thing. But nonetheless, I digress. Which I assume a lot of this might just be, you know, maybe there's moving and, you know, I've been doing a lot of random little bits like this. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. I look forward to definitely starting anew at some point, but for now, you know, it's been an interesting, you know, there's always the first journey, I guess, of learning, and that's where we're at right now, and hopefully we get better, but we'll see. It's definitely a mess. That's for sure. But yeah, I just finished recording some Fortnite for my Santor channel. My voice is a little bit tired now, but you know, I'm going for it. So if I sound a little tired, that's why. So anyways, let's see. So that cleared itself out. It kind of just always does, I think. I think honestly it just kind of like gets little bouts of it with some old stuff. It's crashed again. Oh my god. Okay, I'll be back. It didn't even stop my recording. Oh my gosh, help. Okay, we're loading back in. Not sure why it crashed. If it does it again, I'm gonna take it as a sign from the gods to restart. But we'll see. So anyways, what I want to do is, I guess, just keep, you know, on top of general things, but I'm gonna replace a few of these areas here with some high density and see if we can get it to switch over. But for now, you know, just kind of do that and see how that like, you know, if it changes over nicely. We still have desire for the office and everything, so I will put that in as well. And we obviously have commercial desire within here, so I want to see if I can squeeze it in these places that haven't built in yet. And then that may facilitate, I'm actually going to replace that there, but this may actually facilitate a little bit of more reason to live within this area for a lot of them. We actually have a little bit of a park issue here where there's not, I guess, enough parks. So let's see if we can, you know, maybe get in. We'll pop in like a small park there. And do we still have the dog park? We do. Beautiful. So we can do that, which I'm guessing, because it's getting so many people now, need like some of these larger things to start like fulfilling some desire. Which we do have Notre Dame, so we could, in theory, put that somewhere. I'm not sure where as of yet. I'm pretty sure in Paris, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's kind of on like it's in between two rivers. I don't remember the river. I want to say Samba, I don't think that's it. But anyways, I think it's like a river, and then there's like a little section where it is, and then another little river, and then the other side. I could be wrong, but geographically in my head, that's what it looks like. I don't know. Anyways, what I want to do, and I'm very curious to see if this works, is I want to see if I can maybe build my own land over here. There we go. That's about the height I would want it to be, I think, to put it on. And the reason for this is I was just curious how the water displaces more than anything. So, you know, take that as you will as well. But if I can build this kind of stuff, then obviously, you know, there's a fair little bit of water to work with here. So this Notre Dame could become our version of, I guess, the Alcatraz in a way. So I'm thinking, you know, what if we have it just here? And so I've actually started another new city where I literally just switched to only using big roads with little roads for like only low, like very small residential. By the way, works a lot better. Big surprise, I guess. So yeah, I found that out a little, which I mean, of course, you know, of course that's the case. But yeah, that was one thing that when I was kind of playing around with, I was like, of course it works better. You know, I just always had hopes that like it would work a little bit more similarly. It did not, but that's fine, you know. So I think, yeah, that now has made that area static. So that is good. I'm thinking that might help a lot of these little areas. So what I want to do is I want to soften the sides all around. I'll leave a little bit on the back, but I want to soften all the way through there. Kind of give it, you know, like a almost, yeah, like a little bit of a coastline, so they can really see all this shit. But I want to do that, give it like a little bit of something, and then we'll kind of build this as like a little touristy island at some point, which the detail on this is actually pretty insane. I've never seen Notre Dame in real life, but it looks great. I've been near Notre Dame, or Notre Dame, I don't know how you say it. I forget the Indiana one. It's one in, is it South Bend, Indiana? I don't remember. I went to it when I was going through to Chicago, but I passed the school on the way there. Notre Dame, I can't remember how it's pronounced. I just know it's not the French version. So like, you know, we could always have that up over here as well, which could be quite nice. And, you know, I've realized our bus lines, that's probably one thing I've really been slacking on too. Same with the subway after a certain point. It's really hard for me to see the subway line like before. Like before I could see, you know, the tube running underneath. I legit can't find it right now. There, I think is it, yeah. I wish I could see it a little bit better, but I do struggle with that one. But yeah, that was weird. So I'm thinking maybe we could have that go on under here. And maybe we can, there we go. Connect on up. Okay, so that's where that is. So there is a station here. So what I'll do, I'll come up over here and I'll have one that can go this way. Now I don't know how it manages this kind of thing yet. I would hope well, but you know, it's these guys, you never know. But I want to build one that literally just goes to here and back, in hopes that that might get a few people. And then there's one that I could do this where it wasn't crossing itself, but I'm not really that fussed. I am curious to see how it would work with this anyways. So I kind of regret the subway system. I regret a lot of things. I mean, look at this. But I have my regrets in attempting to hopefully fix this some. But how big? Oh my god, the National Gallery of Art is humongous. National Diet Building. Wow. Okay. Tower, and then we have the kind of like London Eye thing. So yeah, I don't really see anywhere that I want to put that as of yet, which is, I think, totally fine. We do have like crime scenes. I guess we got a bit of a crime issue. Well, not really. We do over here. So we'll do this just to fill some of this, so you know, not everyone's like, okay, I'm gonna move out and whatever. So we have that. So our biggest demand really is still just industry and yeah, commercial, a little bit of, I was kind of seeing where the low density housing was going. It's sort of like settling. But yeah, I mean, I don't have very much of that, which kind of makes sense. And I don't remember which way the wind goes on this place. So it goes out towards the water that way, which is good. Because most of it seems to just like aim for the coast, which, yeah, that seems fair. All of this here probably was a bad idea, considering, you know, having this kind of stuff here. I wonder if they actually complain about it, polluted air. So yeah, which is not too bad. They're comfortable, so that's good at least. But yeah, we could move them. What is this? Is this still... No, that's actually offices now. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking... bad thoughts, but as well... I'm like, I could expand... I don't actually get why. I've not had any, like, rent issues with this yet. I'm wondering if their rent issues actually is based on resources, like where they're having to import things, and maybe that's causing a like supply shortage or something, and like maybe they're having to pay too much to import. But I've pretty much maxed out those kind of things. But like, yeah, ore mining and gem and coal mining I could do probably a little bit better with. I don't know if I necessarily want to have a coal mine right behind here. This wasn't the best location wise now looking at things, but you know, I didn't really think about that previously. This little island is funny, just kind of being on its own. So yeah, it's just sort of, I wonder if you go this way, if the wind starts to, yeah, so it starts to go out that way. So I could actually put in industry up here as well. I have the ability to purchase all of that. And there's the Golden Gate Bridge, of course. I seem to, or just totally had blind knowledge of that being there. What if I took that? I don't know if there's a limitation to how many things you can buy. I know I've got like 80 whatever left, but I don't know if there's actually like a deeper limitation within there. But I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of buy the ones that I think matter to me. For now, at least. I may as well go ahead and take these. Then that gives me the ability to change stuff in this I gotta buy just because it bugs me. Same with this one and this one. I want to have that little area. By the way, they fixed garbage with the new update, which is pretty fantastic. So the garbage is much better handled now. So that was a pretty great upgrade to see. So kudos to the dev team for actually doing that. So I want to build this at the height of here. And I know that's questionable because obviously this highway isn't one height, but I want to use this as a very, very large industry area. And let me also, before I forget, oops, if you go too fast, I notice it does that. It like goes on to another section, and it's like, no, you can't do that. Then I'll do these edges for now just to make me feel better by looking at it. You can't even tell. Totally. So let's look. So we could put a coal mine down here. Over the other mines we have oil that we can work with as well. So let's actually set some of these up because I think they're actually very important. You know, more I play, sort of the more I've realized it's definitely one of those games that I'm like, okay, I should have played more to have realized, for sure, but you know, it is what it is. So I think just perhaps having one of these would be pretty good.
Public to remain calm
Probably.
during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these
Okay.
events.
So I think what I'm gonna have to do here is plan this a little bit. So
before we dive into our next selection,
let me oh god.
memento more. We're live.
Are you done? Thank you. I want an option to turn the ads off permanently, please. That's my next request. That would be fantastic. So what I'm thinking here is, what if I made this like the real, I shouldn't say real, I don't know how San Francisco is laid out. It's actually probably the real cities here. But I'm thinking, what if I laid out the city more, like the deeper city more within there? Is there a crime on the boat? How do you even do that? Oh, it's outside of the city. Okay, I was going to say, how do you even manage? That's fair. So yeah, my plan is to maybe build something here, like within here. But then again, maybe this is a better spot for industry because of the wind. So maybe I shouldn't do that. And then yeah, focus on this. Can maybe rejig a few things. And maybe that would just work a little better for us. So what I want to do is I do want to use this area for sure. And I'm going to utilize the, I'll just use the 4-lane. I've actually gone on the new map that I was talking about, and I've been using the 6-lane even. And as insane as it is, it has worked wonders hilariously for traffic not really becoming a problem at all, which is something that I did not expect, because I mean, you would think big road, big traffic sometimes, but no, it honestly just worked better than before. So take that as you will. Now, one thing I might do is I obviously have this as a highway now, but we could, and I might give this a go, we could at this point turn it into a 6-lane, which is insane. Because, you know, I usually like to go against the practice of more lanes equals more better. But at least the AI in this thus far has seemed to take to the more lanes more better movement thus far hilariously. So maybe I'll do it like all the way to this intersection for now. So then they, you know, have that to kind of work with as they see fit as they're coming in. And then that connects power to this area too. I didn't really think about that bit, but of course. And then I want to, let me do this to fulfill a curiosity of how this would work. So let's say we do this at 280 meters. Then we come in here. Kind of again, oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's turn that on. And then like that. And then I'm kind of curious if I keep copying that, just if more curious to see how this may function. And of course we have that issue because of the slope, but that's fine. Maybe I'll just leave it like that for now. But yeah, just kind of having some of these bigger roads in between to work with. And because this is an industry area, I do quite fancy the use of the larger roads and everything, of course, and the grid. I find it just a little bit easier. So maybe something like that. And now obviously I've made it where I can't really... Let me actually delete this one. I've made it where I can't really measure this, but I can just sort of eyeball it. I'll do it based on like how far I think it should be away, really. Oh, let's not do that though. Let's do the right size. I didn't really pay attention to that one. That one's not ideal, I'll be honest. So maybe... I mean, these are definitely bigger, but what I'll do is I'll do this. Maybe I'll just leave that as a larger section. And I could actually put some of the smaller roundabouts on. Maybe I'll just put them on the inside. Just so there's not a lot on the inside at least. And we'll just kind of see how that goes. I don't necessarily think it's gonna like be perfect, but again, like I said, I've been having some decent luck with how the even just the lack of roundabouts has been going. I think it's a lot of, I've been playing the game, which there are some lane schematics that you can do as well, which is pretty nice, but I've been playing the game a little too similarly to, you know, how I would play Skylines 1, where, you know, half the time if you didn't use a roundabout, you basically just chose violence with your city. But yeah, I've not had that so much in this, which has been actually very, very nice. I realize I didn't really do this right because of the way I built that, but that's fine. I can delete the edge. Or actually, I managed to do it perfectly. Wow. Okay. My sizing ended up being hilariously perfect. Alright, nice. And then... Sure, why not? Because that only takes like literally 4 cells out of that entire thing. But I'll do that for now. Which actually, you know what, we'll utilize this as a test space again. Because I think the more that we can like test this sort of thing, obviously the better. But I'm also just very curious to see if, you know, with having these sort of lanes, if this just makes the area work better anyways. Because maybe, you know, maybe the timings are just better or whatever else, but I'm curious to see nonetheless. And then what I can do, I can go ahead and build this massive industry zone, and then this gives me room to build housing up here, like the low density housing that can work there, which I think will be quite wise. And then like, yeah, kind of just keeps traffic to this area too, which I think is good. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have another connecting area, which I think I'll use here. So let me start with just that road. Then we're going to switch to this because I can use this as a turning area, of course. So we'll have that. And then we can put some housing within here, which is kind of nice because it gets them closer to this kind of stuff anyways. And yeah, let's use, actually, let's see if I can make this work somewhat. Yeah, so it's not perfect, but it's coming off that almost perfect, I think. Might have to think about that at a sketchy angle anyways. There we go. This is fine if that creaks a little bit, just do it later on. And then yeah, we can have something coming off of here like that. And then that just becomes a dedicated lane there anyways. So this kind of becomes, I guess, like the arterial road of sorts. What is this? Oh, it's just rocks, okay. And then we can work with these lower capacity roads here. This might be a bit close, so let me leave breathing room, and then this can be like utilities area. Like all like service buildings and stuff. So let's go to like here. Then we'll use this like so. And we'll use this as a connection to here, because why not? Okay. I know this is a bit of a weird one, but this is I think just maybe a little bit better in the design of how I think this could work a lot smoother traffic wise, but also maybe even aesthetically somewhat. And you know what, I'm okay with having that there and one there as well, because then that just makes for more entries and a little less worry there. And we do have like this little alley, which I think what I'm gonna do is I'll just do something like this, because then I don't have to worry about services getting back there, but then there can be more housing or whatever else that wants to go there. Or actually, better idea, I think better idea at least, we can use a walking path, which I kind of forgot that you can do. So there we go. And then there's just a little walking path behind there. Homes or whatever I end up putting there. Alright, awesome. So, I'm sort of just disregarding what's going on over here for now. Obviously there's a lot. This is a freaking mess. What is going on here? So they're just going through here. They all get very, a little bit of lag. All very caught up in this, which is interesting. It's like this is one of my issues. They don't choose lanes very smartly. And honestly, I don't even know why I have this as a roundabout. The only thing I don't like is that. I don't know why it does that. There's 3 lanes. So certainly, you would just choose to go and set 3 lanes, right? I used the wrong thing, but it's kind of working. Let's do that instead. There we go. And I don't know why it's like, okay, let's turn lights on all the time. We don't need lights. But now they can't do a UE there at least. I didn't even need 3 lanes here, but it's what I got at least. Maybe that'll work a little bit smoother, and then they can, you know, get where they need to get from there. But yeah, that didn't really need to be like that, so hopefully that works a little better. It gets them in there just that little bit quicker. This could probably use to be a little longer as well, actually looking at it. So let me extend that slightly. I know I said I was going to ignore this, but then I was like looking at it and it's a mess. So let me make it worse like that. Actually, that was actually something I could have done worse. There we go. Want it to be turn right, not merge left. So there we go. Maybe that'll work a little better. I don't know. And I could, you know, I might be able to actually do a little bit of could I manage? So far, yes. Okay, so far this is working. Not the neatest in the world because they kind of freeform, but honestly, I think that could have gone worse. Maybe that'll help a little bit. Just get more people going through there a little quicker. Alright, now, back to where I was. So we'll need, obviously, we're going to need school back here. We will put it on the main road area. And we will also go ahead and do a high school. Let's do it on this side. And then let's see if we can... Oh yeah, we can get a football field in there. That's good stuff. Not been able to fit those in half the regions. I've done that recently. I know that's off kill, but it's fine. Everything's going to be sort of filled in. That was actually one comment I got that I forgot to mention until now. But I got a comment that said that, you know, there's certain things that just don't look quite lived in enough. And I totally agree with that. And I think that's one thing I want to work on next. I'll make these row houses, by the way. And I'll do the same with here. And then the rest, until there, we'll do single family. And then let's do more of that. And then we'll do some of the medium. But yeah, I totally agree. I think that is definitely something that has happened where, you know, certain bits definitely don't feel lived in because of the either just general layout or whatever else it may be. So that's something that I want to work on and like kind of fill in more areas to make them more dense and everything. So that's part of I guess partially what I'm doing today, but also stuff for the future times, which I know all this doesn't look perfect here as well. It's a bit of a mess, really. It's always a problem with putting down new buildings. Like, you never really know how flat they're going to lay. Especially in the white, like toggle white, whatever. It's very hard to tell what's what, but you know. So one thing I will try, I won't do it back here. So we're always going to need more than that, but I feel like that's a good little starter, especially for this kind of area. Making its presence known. So this is busy right now, but I mean, of course it is. It's, you know, all of this going on. And it is one of the few ways in, or the quickest way in. So there is that as well. What I may... Still don't know how to use this slope tool, by the way. Oh, wait. Man, I sort of get it, I guess. I think you, like, push from where you're starting from and then move, but I don't know. It just sort of comes out a little gross looking, but once I smooth things, everything's pretty alright. What I might do is I could roundabout it. Maybe that is the right idea for at least this one, but it's just going to obviously go right into that. But I also could put just another entrance here for if it's a quicker way for them. We'll see if that might work a little bit. It does cause a lot, but I think that's okay. I've made a traffic jam with this one car, but whatever. But let's see if that works a little bit better. And then because these don't have lots, well, it will in there, but it traditionally doesn't. Let me do this. I swear I switched, but that's fine. So we'll do that. And then that. So my hopes is because, you know, it kind of gets like its own little turn in there, that'll just work a little bit better. Which actually, yeah, pulling that back slightly to allow it to have that turn in is actually really cool. It's one thing that I need to remember that exists in this game. But yeah, it's primarily maybe this first one. Maybe I need to delete this one and allow it to have like where you can go in here or into that one. Because I think that might actually end up working better. Because then they have this ability to just take the quick route if they desire. They can take this one if it's closer. Or they can do this one if it's, you know, gets them to their main objective a little bit more swift as well. Maybe. maybe. So, you always think when you're building this kind of thing, like, I feel like I flattened like the largest area. And then you have this much industry, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, I sort of did it, I guess, but eesh. I always feel like that when I do it. So let's go ahead and fill this area in a little bit. And then, like I said, We'll probably put like services through here. So I'm just gonna put, yeah, I'm gonna put that there. And then maybe this will allow me to put in, this is too big, right? Yeah, I mean, I could have fit it there without the road, but I don't really think I need that big of one back here. But I can fit that in with the upgrade. So that'll sort of cover that area pretty nicely. And then we could go ahead and actually do a landfill, which would be pretty smart to have. I'll probably put it out here.
Broadcast to all citizens.
Increasing areas of
I'm sure
forest
that's
are being
fine.
engulfed by flames. The thick smoke rising from the fire makes the
We
air
won't worry about
dangerous
that at
to
all.
breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate
Probably.
any premises
I like
near
that it's
fires
the
and
like
remain at a
fire
safe
is like
distance until emergency
the
services
air's
manage to put
dangerous
the
to
fires
breathe.
out.
It's not just like, oh, the fire can kill you. It's like the actual worry of fire is like, oh yeah, smoke inhalation, that stuff's bad. It's kind of nice, like they actually thought about that a little bit this time. Not to say they didn't before. They may have, very well may have. I don't remember that though. But yeah, there's a lot of things, like I know a lot of people are griping about this game, including myself sometimes, all the time. But I do actually very, very much enjoy it. Because, I mean, I've been waiting for this, I guess, essentially since probably 2016 after the first year of playing.
A driving advisory
Quite a
has been
bit,
issued for the
I say
immediate
quite a bit,
area
a
to
lot
before road conditions.
of
Please
Sea
exercise
Skylines
caution if you must.
1, but
Try to stay off the streets
yeah,
until conditions
there.
improve.
I guess that's what makes the
This is
gripes
a
come
local
through
public
sometimes,
safety
though. The expectation.
Radio with J. Thomas Hornbook.
There we go. And then, nice. So, can now turn that into even more housing.
We're live, and we're getting reports
Go.
about traffic accidents.
Then
Somewhere.
we'll use this for.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched.
Actually, you know what? Make that all commercial. That might be a risky one, but we'll do it.
Wait a little while until everything clears
And
up.
then
You already know about it. No use reminding.
we'll do this as well.
Expect delays and
So yeah, there's not enough customers, which makes sense. I mean, there's only like, yeah, there's like one resident per, or like in some of these households, which is hilarious.
bringing the latest in luxury.
But yeah, hopefully we can make their lives pretty good by being here. So that's
While sipping a fancy
part of the hope. So let's go ahead as well.
That's good for business.
Oh, there we go. So we're now a thriving metropolis. There we go. I couldn't remember how to say the word. But metropolis. Woo. What do we want next? That is a good question. I think maybe International Airport could be kind of fun. We've already got all of that. We've got that. Space Center's cool, of course. Maybe we should do like the basics. Like, yeah, let's get that. We could do the central bank. It could be handy. Then we have 5 points to work with. We could do the... maybe we could, you know, start unlocking some more of these things. Because that feels smart. So there we go. So now we have the gas power plant and the hydroelectric power plant if we ever need. We have City Hall. We have Central Bank. Nice. Nice. So what I want to do here is I'm going to go ahead and bring this on through even farther. Because I want to go ahead and probably build whatever road will be here next. Let me do this so it's there we go. I want to make sure that's like the right amount away. So there we go. Now I can upgrade that and that's not an issue. So I want to put the welfare office back here. So it's not too loud for the people that live here, but it assists them, of course. So kind of keeping the services along this area. And then, you know, this gives us another spot to put in some offices for them to work at as well. So there we go. That's nice. I might even consider having this area as offices. And maybe we could put some commercial back here, because why not? And then I don't know, I mean, like having, you know, perhaps some of these other things is smart. You know, like the college, which, you know, we are lacking, I guess, not ability, but the money or whatever, not money, eligibility, standard or whatever. Why can I not speak today? I'm very tired. Maybe that's what I'm gonna blame. I'm just gonna blame being very tired, okay? There we go. I didn't have enough space in the school to fill is what I was trying to say, and for some reason I can't think of words. Because, you know, sometimes words just don't come to me. Much as I desire them to. Alright, there we go. So we got that. So I guess, oh, so I've already built the medical university, so that's what that one is. So we do have, you know, potential room to put the technical one up too, which I think is really cool. Like this increases the chances of graduation. Just the one research facility. I could put more down, but I guess it's not really needed right now. One thing that I will do is I will go ahead while I'm thinking about it and start putting a couple little bus shelters down here. We can put one over here because this is the school, and then one to get them into the work area, and maybe even here as well, because then that can wrap back around to here, and maybe that would be good for now. So let's do, we'll have a bus that goes here, around to here, to work, around this side. Then it can come, yeah, we could do that. And then back to here. Then maybe this one will have a bit of a weird route. Let's say we start here, to here, over to here, and then we can kind of work this on the reverse. And then, oh yeah, this actually works. Then it completes there. Awesome. Okay, that actually worked pretty well. By the way, so I found out I need to find my taxi depot wherever I put this god-awful thing. I wish you could turn all of this off, like just toggle it so you could then see. But maybe if I go, I don't actually have anything that I can see there. Is this it? Bus depot. Well, let's upgrade that while we're on it, I guess. Bus station. Okay. I can't do that. Oh, I just don't have a taxi depot yet. Okay, cool. So we can build a taxi depot, which I will actually do up here. So one thing that you can do with the taxi depot is you can have it on call, so they don't actually have to go to the taxi stands themselves, which is pretty good. Of course, it means it's more like a normal taxi or Uber thing, so that's very useful. So we have that set up now, which, there we go, GG. Ooh, I hiccuped, help. So that's a start towards something a little better. I'm just moving that because I'm going to need the room, undoubtedly. So there we go, we got that going. The traffic, by the way, seems to have sort of had its moment and seems to be back to normal, which is good. But let's go ahead, do this, and then we'll get this connected up to here. Oops. I thought that was just the straight bit. There we go. So kind of sort that out a little bit as well, which will make that easier. But that's, yeah, that's getting more students. Maybe just having that being nearer to where people actually live is being utilized a little better too. So I have this area where I could also fill in some housing if I did so desire. It's not a very straight road, so I'm just going to kind of, you know, do what I can. But maybe, I think if I do that, I mean, this basically does what I need. It's definitely something, let me tell you. But for now, because this works as a, oops, that's not actually what I wanted to build there. Sorry. Or is this not a good low density? Okay, no, it's considered a pretty good low density place for now. So that's what we want. But I'll allow it to do that, I guess, because that wouldn't be so bad. For like the higher density there. So we can have like that. Then it just kind of gets closer to living or whatever towards this kind of school area and everything. But that seems a little bit better. Hopefully those, I mean, I'm going to say those buses are probably going to be fairly well used. Let's put in, just because like there's a bit of a housing disparity or a consumer disparity there. So I'll put that in, see if that helps a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and put in low density through there, just to kind of fill that need and get more people in. And then I think we'll just keep expanding on that as time comes. But so I know this has been probably not the most eventful thing. Never mind, the event has arrived. So maybe not the most eventful thing in the world, but we are making some progress, slowly but surely. You know, this area is doing its thing, that's for certain. But hey, look, we actually have this going well. But yeah, I'm very curious to see if we keep, you know, sort of building out through here, how this will look. Maybe I'll like put the little like London Eye thing up over here, the Ferris wheel thing looking out. I think that could look pretty cool. I actually don't know, what's that called in this situation? It's called a Ferris wheel. That makes sense. But maybe we'll do something like that and slowly sort of fill in those areas a little bit more. I think make this industry area take up literally this entire section. We're going to have, yeah, some housing issues and all of that, but we'll try to fix that within reason. Maybe I'll put like the city halls and stuff within here. It can be like kind of the quote-unquote old town, we'll say, to where everything stays a little bit more low density. Maybe row houses is like the biggest. I don't know why so many people just died, but whatever. And, you know, just kind of go from there. We'll see. But yeah, for now, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Do I have an airport yet? I do not have an airport yet, do I? Okay, so that's another thing we'll do too, because ample land to do so. But yeah, I feel like, you know, made some decent progress with certain things, and I think I have a little bit more of an idea of what to do next, so that's going to be good. They're dead, probably. Does it say, actually? Because that'd be funny. Doesn't say. I'm sure they're fine. It's probably fine. We won't worry about it. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.